Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Italian University's online open day. So, in this open day, we're going to introduce some of the top universities in Italy. They're going to introduce their programs, admissions, and scholarships for 2025 intake. So, first, we're going to be starting with the American University of Rome, and then we're going to go through a number of other universities. We're going to introduce global admissions in more detail and LIUC, the Business University, University of Gastronomic Sciences, Florence Classical Arts Academy, Free University of Bolzano, H Farm College, and then we're going to introduce studying medicine in Italy, a Q&A sessions, and more information about global admissions. So next up, we have the American University of Rome, and Katerina, I give the for time and the space for you.
Thank you so much, Richard. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having us today. I'll be sharing a presentation on my end. That way you can take a look at our screen and hopefully get to share as much as we can about our beautiful campus and, of course, our beautiful city of Rome. Just a quick introduction. I am amongst a team of international admissions counselors. We are based in Rome. We also have US-based counselors, but regardless of where you apply from, you're not necessarily going to be associated or assigned to a specific counselor geographically. We all work with students from all over the world, as you will see later in the presentation. So we try to really give you guys a feel of an international community from the very beginning of your admissions process here at AUR. I'm assuming maybe some of you know what the view sort of represents. This is St. Peter's. We're just about a 30-minute walk from the Vatican, and we sit right on a hill called Monteverde, and this is pretty much one of the views that you can get from our campus, which is quite unique. Okay, so I would go ahead and start talking about a few numbers that are kind of our key numbers. First of all, I'd like to sort of give a shout out to our campus, our beautiful campus, as you can see here in the picture. We are right in the heart of Rome. So as you can see, in a very beautiful green space. Rome is very green. We're a very green and city, beautiful parks. So you really get to appreciate the climate and the weather, which is not to be taken, for granted. And we are just about a 10-minute walk from Trastevere. And this is more of the ancient and Baroque Rome. So you really get a very nice view of the city from our campus. Our campus hosts 700 students. We're looking at over 50 nationalities and small classroom sizes at about 16 students per class. So not a very big campus, but certainly a very international one. We offer 10 majors and 29 minors that you can choose from. Obviously, the majors, we will look more into them as well as the minors, but the idea is that for those who are already familiar with the American educational system, you can mix your major and your minor regardless of what your major is. So there's no sort of prerequisite of being able to have an interdisciplinary degree as much as you would like it to be so. A great feature that we offer in our liberal arts education perspective is that we want you guys to, yes, learn, but learn from the city, learn from the territory that you're in. So that's why we put a lot of effort in our on-site classes that can be held in Rome, in Italy, and also, we do offer some academic field trips across Europe. So the point is to really have you guys experience what the Italian, Roman, and European territory can also teach you. Obviously, our location is Rome, but we do have a number of study abroad opportunities worldwide, in the US, as well as other destinations that follow the same concept as we are, which is the American education, but abroad, or obviously back in the US. So these are the bachelor's degrees that we offer. There are 10 majors. They're pretty much all anchored in the humanities and liberal arts perspective. So we don't have any sciences or STEM. The strongest, or at least most popular program this semester is Communication and Digital Media. Of course, International Relation, Global Politics, as well as Business Administration are extremely popular. And then the courses such as Archaeology and Classics, Art History, Film and Fine Arts, and Travel and Tourism Management really rely on Rome and being able to, learn very much from the source of all of these beautiful subjects. So again, very much centered around Rome and what, the environment has to offer. These are our minors. So for those who are not familiar with the American system, a minor is when you take 5 courses in a specific subject. And this subject, as I mentioned earlier, doesn't necessarily have to be related to the major of choice. So that's where we see a lot of students trying to be as interdisciplinary as possible, or students who decide to really focus on one major and just expand their knowledge within that same major. So for example, you could major in art history and minor in museum studies, or to remain within your same field. Or, for example, we have students who major in fine arts and choose psychology as a minor to hopefully eventually become art therapists. So it's really important to see how flexible you are within this realm of opportunities. The US degree structure, I won't go too much into it, but I just want to point out that we are a 4-year degree programs. We offer 4-year degree programs. Your first year is mainly focused on what we call general education. However, that is only required if you come from a high school diploma that is of 4 years. So if you've schooled 12 years in school, then you will have to take this first foundation year. If you schooled more than 12 years or have taken the IB, then you will jump right into your major and eventually your minor. So we really try to adapt your degree structure based on what you've already done in high school. Same goes for any APs or any dual enrollment classes you'll take or you will be taking. We obviously look at all of that, but the important thing is that you consider this foundation year, if you have to take it, as a stepping stone towards what your choice of major and eventually a minor will be. It's really about building your foundational skills and expanding your knowledge in a way that you're able to then make a choice of majors that is as aware and sort of considered as possible. So this is pretty much the structure overall. But of course, depending on what you've done in high school, myself and my colleagues are here to sort of help you navigate this decision as you go forward. Our academic year structure is split into 2 semesters, your fall and spring semester. So that means that we do have 2 intakes. You can start in the fall, so in September, or in the spring, that means towards the end of January. We also offer summer sessions in June and in July. You are not required to take classes over the summer, but usually that's when the students like to, maybe speed up on some classes, take an extra elective, that way that they kind of have more flexibility during the actual academic year. A huge component of our learning is, as I mentioned, experiential learning, so through on-site classes, academic field trips, and of course, guest lecture series. We really try to expand your horizons in ways that other universities also, we all try to give and sort of contribute in different ways. Rome, the fact that we are in Rome and Italy helps a lot because it does, give us a lot of ideas of how we'd like to have you guys live these opportunities. But definitely also because we are in Rome, we are able to receive a lot of esteemed guests and being able to expose you guys to different realities beyond that one that is just the sort of American perspective, because we do sort of sponge a lot on the fact that we are international. So you have kind of the best of both worlds in this dimension that we offer. Of course, internships are a huge opportunity that we offer. We do require an internship in terms of alternative experience in order to graduate. As you can see from some of the opportunities that have been listed here, our students have either decided to stay in Rome or Italy for their internships or go abroad. The fact that we are in Rome, sometimes Italian can be a little bit of a of an obstacle, although we do have a lot of opportunities that don't necessarily require Italian as a language, as a working language, but it really depends on what you guys as students and in terms of your career are really looking forward to experience. And that's where your career service center is really your best resource to go and sort of share and be able to, extract as much knowledge as possible going forward. Of course, as I mentioned, our exchange and study abroad opportunities are immensely popular. We do have a list here of some of the schools that we partner with. There are more on the site, of course, but this is just to give you an idea of how broad our network is, not only in the US, whether it's East or West Coast, but also, at in an international level, we have from Japan all over Europe. So the point is really have you guys immerse yourself in, yes, an American experience, but that can also be stretched all, to the four corners of this beautiful world. Um, Obviously, the one of the major reasons to go to college is to eventually get a job or continue into graduate studies. These are some of the examples of experiences from our students. We have about a 90% job placement rate. So that means that within 6 months of graduation, our students have either gone to pursue graduate studies or have decided to have been able to rather secure a job. And these are some of the logos of the main destinations that our students have either chosen as graduate schools or employers. Some of you may recognize some of the logos at international level. Some of them are very Rome specific. For example, FAO is the United Nations, one of the 3 United Nations agencies headquartered in Rome, focused on food and agriculture. We also have 2 more. European Space Agency is also based just outside Rome. So you do have a variety of international, local, but also European destinations, even within Rome. And then, of course, these are some of the most prestigious universities worldwide and destinations of some of our graduates who end up wanting to pursue graduate studies. Student life is a huge part of life on campus. Of course, we offer clubs, sports, field trips, all types of cultural events that really have you guys engage with the city and sort of expand your horizons within your life on campus. And it also is overseen by the office called Student Life in terms of student support. So whatever regards your academic counseling, but also your life on campus will also be housed on campus. We have a doctor, we have counseling services, we have res grads, which are the residential grad students who live in our housing. I'll go over housing in just a little bit. And we also have help desks, whether it comes to math, Italian, and writing. So different resources that you guys can use and most importantly, benefit from to make your stay here in Rome a lot more complete and less homesick. These are some of the clubs on campus that are very active. Starting a club on campus is a relatively easy experience. Our students are extremely involved in, making campus more lively and, kind of breathing the same atmosphere that you would have in the US. Of course, very adapted to what Rome has to offer. We have art club, culture club, film club. So a lot of art-oriented clubs, but also the business club, student government, LGBTQ plus clubs. So a variety of resources again that you guys lead and most importantly really give all of yourselves to, which is quite nice. Sports, we compete in as university with other universities based in Rome, particularly in soccer, volleyball, and basketball. We also offer yoga and Pilates, a running club, tennis, and seasonal sports like tennis and lacrosse and ice hockey, depending on how cold it can get. But it's picking up. So a lot of opportunities, even sports-wise. Of course, these are all recreational and not competitive like you would have in the US. Onto housing. So our AUR housing is a little bit untraditional in the sense that you, first of all, are not required to choose AUR housing. You can decide to live in these amenities that are fully furnished with other AUR students. You share a bedroom and another 3 bedrooms per apartment, pretty much. And they're all close to campus in a very safe and residential area where we are. And also, you usually prefer to choose these housing options as a first landing in Rome, and then eventually you can move on to independent housing. But we, as a university, are not able to really support you in that decision. You guys have to be individually sort of organized in the sense of looking for your own and finding what suits you best. But either way, you have the choice, and that's all that matters. Now, moving on to finances, we have two tuition prices because we have both a euro and a dollar fee when it comes to both tuition and housing. That depends on your citizenship. If you have any other citizenship beside American, you can pay in euros. If you have dual citizenship, you can decide which currency you'd rather pay in. These are yearly prices, so we're looking at 21,000 euros per year or $27,400 per year. And as for housing, it's 8,000 or 10,000, whether you're paying euros or in dollars. These costs do not include food, personal expenses, and supplies, nor transportation. But then again, we do have options when it comes to financing your education. We do work with FAFSA, so that goes within the need-based category of the financial aid option. We also work with many different students from all over the world. So our financial aid team does a great job at assessing the different systems and banking information that you are able and willing to share with us. We also have merit-based financial aid up with a GPA that goes 3 and above, and you can get up to 40%, whether it's merit or need-based. So all of these resources are available online, and you can also reach out to us if you have more questions. Another great resource that we offer our students is the student training program, where you can get to work on campus with us up to 20 hours per week with a flexible schedule. And that amount of money that you would earn could either go towards remission or reimbursement of your tuition. Last but not least, our admissions requirements. We're looking at a complete application on our website or Common App, a copy of your ID, your transcripts grade 10 through 12, 2 personal essays that you can choose among 3 prompts, and a letter of recommendation. All of that is then going to be pre-reviewed by me or one of my colleagues, and then we will be prompting you to schedule an interview that you can schedule at your convenience. We also work with transfer credits if you're coming from another university, and the whole point is to have an approach that is as holistic as possible to get to know you best and be able to sort of see if AUR could be the place that would make you happy. Last but not least, we do not require any SATs. Our English requirements are the following. If you haven't schooled in an English speaking high school, this is what we're looking at. We work with TOEFL, IELTS, Duolingo, and Cambridge, but we're obviously willing to examine any other test you may have taken and see if we can recognize it the same way. Thank you for listening to this presentation. And these are our channels to connect. Follow us on Instagram. We have great stuff posted almost every week. And if you ever want to register for our events, here's our QR code.
Thank you very much, Katerina, for that. And I think we have a couple of questions. I think so. Students, if you are leaving questions, you can leave in the Q&A box.
Okay.
And yeah, one of the question is, yeah, how do you? So for their application process, we'll share the link by email as well to them.
Okay,
Do you have any
perfect.
other tips about the application process?
Well, I think the biggest, I mean, the most relevant tip is really to share as much as you're willing to share. The whole point is to get to know you guys better and not necessarily evaluate you. We do have several options when it comes to acceptance. So there's regular acceptance and acceptance on probation. So even though your GPA may not be sort of where you would like it to be at, we still are going to review your full application and give you the chances and the possibility to at least get to the interview. And it's more of a sort of a interview sounds very formal, but it is in a way that we want to get to know you and give you the chance to have that space in that moment, especially if, you know, your GPA may not fully represent all of your capabilities in that sense. So as much as you'd like to share, please do, because we work with students from all over, so at least we're able to get to know you guys a bit better.
Okay, thank you very much, Katerina.
Sure.
And so now I'm going to introduce a bit more about the Open Day and the next steps. So why should you, so yeah, first of all, if you have questions, please share it in the comments. And let me just reshare my screen. If you have questions, please let us know in the Q&A, and you can also at whoever is the university so that we know who it's for. And yeah, we'd also like to know, because we have many people here I see from many different countries. Can you say hello and where you are from? And it'd be great to see more about you guys and where you're from. And I can see you're very active, and more students are joining now from all over the world. I've seen we have students from Morocco, Mumbai, Pakistan, Australia, Mongolia. There's like a big variety of different students from different countries. So why should you study in Italy? There's many reasons to study in Italy. Italy has some of the top education in the world and top universities, as you see from some of the universities here. And it's also got a very developed economy that's very varied with lots of different industries. So there's lots of work opportunities. And it's also, of course, a beautiful language, beautiful culture, rich culture with very rich history and fascinating in many different aspects. And of course, the food, and there's many other beautiful things about Italy, such as the landscape as well. So, yeah, what are your reasons for studying in Italy? Why do you want to study in Italy? You can share your thoughts in the comments, in the questions. And so, in this event, we're going to introduce, each university will introduce and give a presentation for 20 minutes. The universities will introduce their programs, what it's like living on campus, admission process updates, and scholarships. So you can also ask questions. This is ongoing, so you can ask questions as you have them. And then at the end, we'll introduce more about global admissions and our platform. So this is the format and the agenda for today. So I'm just introducing global admissions. Then we have LIUC, the Business University, then University of Gastronomic Sciences, Florence Classical Arts Academy, Free University of Bolzano, H Farm College, studying medicine in Italy, a Q&A session, and we will introduce at the end about global admissions and how we can help. So what is Global Admissions? We're a leading online platform for you to learn about and apply to universities all over the world. Because it's very hard for students to find information about programs. There's so many different programs all over the world. So on our platform, you can basically find all the information and search. And we also have AI chat support. So you can also ask. Leonardo da Vinci is also Italian, coincidentally. And you can also ask questions, so you can get very fast support. So we have over 180,000, over 1 million students who are using our platform every year. And we've partnered with over 1,800 universities all over the world. And there are thousands of programs on our platform. So next up, we have LIUC, the Business University. So yeah, hi.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon.
So can I share my screen?
Yeah, it should work now. Let me know.
Yeah, it does. Can you see the presentation?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Rich. Thank you very much. Welcome. This is Cecilia Di Rienzo, and I work here at the LIUC. So we And there will be with me Professor Alessandra Cillo, Professor Laura Cattaneo from our two schools, so for economics and for industrial management. And at the end, we will have a presentation from my colleague Antonella Coloro, which will take you a little bit through the steps for admission and enrolling. I want to start with this very short video that will show you a little bit of our university, so where we are and how the atmosphere is. Enjoy. Okay, so this is so you have seen us, and a little bit about where we are. So we are based in Castellanza, which is a small town, let's say, near Milan. We are just 30 minutes away from the city center, and we are really near the lake area, so Lake Como, Lake Maggiore, and of course this is the area Lombardy where most of the industries and the economic art of Italy, where it is. We have. I'm going really fast, and I just want to introduce you to to our university residence campus. We have facilities that has more or less 500 places for you to stay, and it's the place where both Italian students coming from outside Lombardy and international students live together. So this is just a very small overview, and I'll give now the word, let's say, to Professor Alessandra Cillo that will go a little bit through our economics and management program.
Yes, thank you, Cecilia. Hi, everybody. So what I'm going to show you today, well, first of all, a brief introduction of myself. I am Alessandra Cillo, and I'm the coordinator of the Bachelor in Economics and Management, and I'll quickly talk about that right now. So there are several pathways of this economics and management, and the ones in English are business and economics and the business analytics for management. Now, before going into the details of these pathways, I would like to emphasize why it is important, why it's important economics and management in general. As you might know, it's very important, I think, to understand the economic dynamics of the world around us, and to address them in a business strategy. I mean, but why Luke, right? Well, I believe that our strength has several aspects. The most important one is the attention to the students. We are actually the first university in Italy in terms of appreciation from students in terms of the university. On 100 students that have been interviewed, 80 of them actually answered that they would have continued their study in the master program. So clearly, if you experience the bachelor in our school, people tend to like it a lot. Now, what to do, right? So there are these two pathways. They are 3 years long, so business and economics and business analytics for management. Of course, they are both in English. Now, in the business and economics, 86% of students conclude on time their studies. And what do we teach? We teach a bit of business strategies for companies that allow companies actually to grow in an international environment. And students are, of course, they are in general, it's obligatory 1 semester abroad. For what concerns instead the business analytics for management is something a bit different, in the sense that it requires, it puts together both the managerial skills. So and our goal is to put together the managerial skill of a student together with the ability to understand the analytical models, and these to increase the performance of a company. And I'm not sure. I mean, I discovered that some weeks ago that actually the companies that analyze data, they perform 5 times better than companies that do not analyze data. And as you know, there is a lot of data that we might face, but there are not as many people that are able to actually deal with data. So business analytics for management actually allows you to become, if you want, a data analyst with also a lot of managerial skills. Now, both of these pathways at the end, so there are 3 years, and on the 3rd year, you can actually select one of these 2 fields, right? Now, if you can move, Cecilia. Before, maybe let me spend only 1 word on the type of, which you might also know, the type of, what I will do in case I stop there after 3 years. There are several types of the profile that you could, as you might know, be a startupper or an entrepreneur, or you become a consultant from marketing to finance, or simply, a manager, of course. But you also have, so other than this, as I said, the idea, another important thing on why it is Luke might offer something extra is due to the fact that we have a network of 8,000 companies around us, and each year there are 1,000 stages that are offered. So there is clear connection, with companies is very strong. As I was saying, we on the 3rd year you can specialize, right, with these 2 fields, but we also offer, as you might imagine, the Master in Science degree that has 2 pathways: the International Economics and Management and the Entrepreneurship and Innovation. The first one is ideal for those of you who want to deal with complexity or global markets, right? And get some tools to work in multinational companies. While on the Entrepreneurship and Innovation, we actually have this strong partnership with Harvard Business School and with the Microeconomics of Competitiveness Network, which was founded, as you might know, by Michael Porter, the guru of strategy guru. And the idea is always to train you guys on strong managerial and entrepreneurial skills to create, ultimately global responsible leaders for entrepreneurial as well as innovative initiatives. And I'm done with that, and I'll pass on the word to my colleague, Laura Cattaneo from the engineering department. Thank you.
Thank you, Alessandra. Welcome. Good afternoon, everyone. Do you hear me clear? Yes, thank you. I'm really glad to present the management engineering programs that are offered by our university. These programs combine innovation and international experience to prepare students for the challenges of a dynamic job market and sustainable development, but also for the job of the future, since our students at the end learn to learn. That is the most important things. But let's start with our bachelor's degree program that is entitled Operational Excellence in Industry. The course is designed to let the students to acquire knowledge and develop skills that companies value most today, especially in areas like Industry 4.0 and the transition to sustainable and circular models. Another goal is to train qualified management engineers that are ready either to enter directly the job market or to decide to continue with some advanced studies, such as a master's degree or a Master of Science. Obviously, we want to foster a global mindset by providing students with a truly international experience. So obviously, they live an international environment where students can share ideas, knowledge, experience with peers that comes from different countries, but they also can take advantage of the presence of an international faculty. But the flagship of our program is the teaching approach. Indeed, the course's teaching approach is designed to put the student at the center, offering a learning pathway that is enriched with activities that are tailored to support them throughout the learning process, such as group work and tutoring sessions. And I believe that this teaching approach is really important, moreover, for students at the first year of a bachelor in management engineer, since a student at the beginning has to understand where they are and how they can approach the course successfully. And we try to guide them along this learning path. Last but not least, the Luke Bachelor program is certified by the EUR-ACE accreditation. This prestigious European certifications guarantees the high quality and the relevance of our course, and ensure that students will receive a top-tier education recognized across Europe and also beyond. We can now keep on with our masters. Perfect, thank you, Cecilia. We have two main streams that focus on cutting-edge topics such as manufacturing strategy and sustainability and circular economy. The first programs aims at training management engineers that are specialized at the end in the optimization of logistic and production processes using innovative tools like lean management and Industry 4.0 technologies. The second program aims at training management engineers that are specialized in setting up circular transition projects in line with circular transition principle and applying the main life cycle assessment methodologies. But both these two degree programs share two pillars that are really particular among all the universities, that are the didactic approach and the experiential learning. Indeed, we adopt hybrid teaching methods that combine interactive lectures, case study, company visit, and we apply also hands-on learning with the practical application of theories through group project and problem-solving activities. And students can also benefit to skill building workshop when they can enhance the public speaking skills, professional presentations. We have also a course that is completely dedicated to debate, to develop debate skills. The experiential learning is guaranteed thanks to the presence of two labs, the iFab and the Green and Transition Hub, where students can really deepen real-world application and solve real challenges that companies offer to them to let them really try to enhance the problem-solving skills. Students are also encouraged to undertake internship and complete their final thesis project through some tailored opportunities that can be developed either in Italy or also abroad. If I have 30 seconds really fast, I really would like to highlight the importance, the jewel of the crown of our university, that is the HiFab Lab, that is a one-to-one scale factory simulator in which really students can experience lean production techniques and Industry 4.0 key components such as data analytics, simulation, Internet of Things, additive manufacturing, and so on. Students here really learn how to deploy, that is the really important part, to deploy these latest, newest manufacturing concept to improve, to optimize the operational performance of business organizations. Thanks.
I'll give the word to my colleague, Antonella Coloro.
Good afternoon to everyone, also by me. Let's talk about how to enter in UC and about the admission requirements. First of all, for our bachelor degrees, for economics and management, we have only 60 places for business economics and 30 places for business analytics for management courses. First of all, you need a high school diploma, which is equivalent to the Italian one. And to check the validity of your diploma, please contact the orientation office, and let's see our email address, orientamento@luc.it. And second, you need to have an English B2 certification or to have completed a full school here in English. Then UC online admission test is required, or an SAT or an ACT test. On demand, UC admission test could also be taken in English, writing to orientamento@uc.it. The test has 60 multiple choice questions and lasts 75 minutes, and it's about logic, text comprehensions, mathematics, and general culture. The test can be taken by students during their last 2 years of high school. And very important, if you need a visa to come and study with us, you must apply through the University portal. Let's see the web address. The second bachelor, but not less important, Bachelor in Management Engineering. There are 120 places available and 30 for management engineering courses, sorry. Like the Bachelor in Economics and Management, you need a high school diploma equivalent to the Italian ones. And to check your diploma, please contact the orientation office. Again, an English B2 certification, and it's mandatory an English TOLC-I test provided by CISIA. CISIA is a consortium and manages the registration and delivery of the TOLC-I online in around 50 universities. So the admission test for you can be taken at one of the accredited universities. To see and to check the complete calendar, please look at the CISIA website. The TOLC-I consists in 80 questions divided into 5 sections, that is mathematics, logic, science, and text comprehensions. And again, the test can be taken by students during the last 2 years of high schools. Again, if you need a visa, please go through the University portal. Students who pass the LUC admission test for economics and management or the English TOEFL for management engineering can pre-enroll, allowing them to take up one of the reserved places in their chosen course. Concerning the admission requirements for master degrees, if you're interested in our Master of Science, you must apply online. But there are two processes, two different processes. If you need a visa, you can apply. If you do not need a visa, you can apply through the portal sol.luc.it. If you need a visa, you must apply through the university portal. LUC will check that your career matches our admission criteria. That is, please upload your bachelor's degree, and that must be accredited, must be released by the accredited university, and obtain at least after 15 years of previous education. Then uploads your curricular and quality requirements and an English B2 certification. Let's talk about fees and scholarships. Fees for academic year 2025-2026 for all our bachelor and Master of Science degrees. The fee is about 9,050 euros, and it is divided. The fees are divided into 5 installments, and for concerns scholarship in the past academic year, scholarship and grants amounted to around 1.6 million euros, and were about scholarships from regional and private funds, merit and incentive awards, canteen and accommodation subsidies, and student collaboration for up to 150 paid hours. So there are several opportunities. Look at for more information, because you can write to DIRSTUD, DIRSTUD @luc.it. Let's please, Cecilia, can you share the previous? Thanks. And let's look at the La Scelta che ti premia, the reward in choice. That is another occasion to get scholarships if you meet the three requirements that you can read on the slide. I'm done, and if you want more information, please contact us to the mail orientamento@luc.it or on the chat BLUC, and you can also call us.
Thank you very much to LIUC for the presentation. And now we're just moving on to the next university, which is the University of Gastronomic Sciences. So, hi, Francesco, are you available?
Yes, hi, Richard. Hi to everyone.
Hi.
So can I start?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Great, fantastic. So I will share also my screen to give you a little bit of also of our offer. Okay, so voila, can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So first of all, thanks for the invitation, and to everyone that is listening. My name is Francesco Anastasi. I'm an alumni, and I'm chief of the recruitment orientation for the University of Gastronomic Science of Pollenzo. Actually, the picture you see is the castle, you know, the building, historical building of Pollenzo. Was a very historic king residency that now is our university. It's part of our university. We are based in Piedmont, north of Italy, northwest of Italy, 1 hour from Turin, 1 hour 50 minutes from Milan. And we are in a food valley called Langhe, where all the, let's say, the Barolo wine area, the Barolo wine area is produced, and that's it. That's why we are there. That's why, you know, we are doing what we do in that, you know, specific amount of territory, because we believe, you know, the experience of the university is not just the didactic, as you will see, but it's also all the environment outside the university. So we are the first ever university dedicated solely to gastronomic science. So in our university, you won't find any other programs like medicine, psychology, language, or things like that. You will just get gastronomy. Everything we do is about food science, food cultures, food studies. It's not a culinary arts academy. We are a recognized university by the Italian ministry, and we do just programs about food. So all our focus and our core is about food. So for all the people outside that want to really give a shot in the food and beverage sector, we can be a you know, a real good choice. The university is 20 years old. Was funded by the Slow Food Association, the Slow Food Movement, and is located, as I told you, in the heart of Piedmont gastronomic excellence. The very peculiar things about the university is we do have this educational approach that is based on actual learning. So there is interdisciplinary teaching. It's not just theory. We do have, you know, this experiential learning thanks to moments and activities in the food lab, in the sensory lab, in our garden, and especially with the study trips. No matter what kind of program you do in Pollenzo, you will always have the study trips. It's one of the things that we believe it's very important for students to understand what they're studying. So for example, all the programs they're going to visit producers, small, medium, and big size companies, fishermen, restaurants. So a situation where the students can really understand what is going on in gastronomy. And second of all, you know, and also very important, having, you know, creating a network of people that in future could be your colleague, your chief, your you know, a contact that you can, you know, you can trust for building your business. As I told you, we are a little bit different since we do just gastronomy, just gastronomic science. We are not like the classical university that is like vertical, like psychology, medicine, economy, but we are horizontal. So we do different subjects just about one thematic, that is food. So for example, a few of the courses that, you know, you can find in our curriculum could be food anthropology, history of gastronomy, microbiology, chemistry, so molecular science, food law, nutrition, food philosophy, communication, marketing. So the idea, as I told you before, is to create what we call gastronomes. So the professional food experts that can really work all along the food and beverage sector. With our study trips, you know, they are very, you know, the art also of our didactic. For us, the study trips is not something that you do as vacation, it's not something you do as a reward, but it's a truly part of our didactic. So we've been, you know, in the last 20 years, we visited more than 50 countries. And then we will see a little bit about the difference between undergraduate and postgraduate. But in general, it's one of the part that we really believe it's part, you know, to get the experience, the study experience stronger. And, you know, at the end, the total fee included, you know, also the you know, the tuition fee is includes the study trip as well. So to give you an overview of what we do, a very quick overview of what we do have a few programs. We have, at the moment, we have just one undergraduate degree in food science and culture. So it's a 3 years program. We are an Italian university with a high vocation, international vocation. So in general, we have around 40% of international students. In the bachelor degree, in the undergraduate program, we have around 35% of international students. The first year is in English, as you can read, and the second and third year is in Italian. Why? We really believe that, you know, if you stay 3 years in Italy, and if you want to work with food, if you want to enjoy also the relation and the network of food, you know, if, you know, it's a huge opportunity also to learn Italian. So students, international students, the first year is in English. Italian students do English class, and international students, they do Italian classes. From the second year, still, and English is, you know, one of the 2 official language, both with Italian. So students can talk in English, doing exams in English, discuss in English, ask questions in English, do whatever they want in English, but the class will be, you know, educated in Italian. We have 17 required courses, 3 elective programs, and 5 star trips per year. The first year, they're all in Italy, and they are didactic they are thematic star trips and territorial star trips. So you will focus on one specific thematic. It could be coffee, could be distillation, could be pasta, rice, and staples. Or we have territorial star trips, like facing, you know, and understanding and knowing the beauty of some specific region, like could be Emilia-Romagna, Sicily, Campania, Friuli in Italy, but could be Catalonia, could be, you know, could the Balkans, so it could be the Latin America. In the last 2 weeks ago, the third year started a star trip to Mexico, Brazil, Ecuador, Kenya, and Philippines. Then we have a master program, a master degree in food industry management, 2 years program, all in English. From now on, all the programs will be just in English. So, of course, as you can imagine, the master degree, Master of Science in Food Industry Management, has a little bit more of economic management focus. So, in this case, there is it's a 2 years program, all in English. We have 1 star trip and 2 field experience. One of the field experiences actually it will be outside Italy, so it's very, very, you know, also cool. It's about we work with an innovation partner and focus on, you know, on all the practices going around about the food chains from an economic and management point of view. Very important thing. No matter what kind of program you do in Pollenzo, we believe, you know, you will get some pillars like food sustainability, high quality production, food systems, food sovereignty, biodiversity. So also the food industry management is not the same approach that a business school has, but is much more, you know, the core remains food, but as, you know, focus is declined to food industry, to, you know, the management of the food industry. From this point, we have a few first level master program. They're actually outside Italy. They call it master degree, but outside Italy, they are considered as diploma degree. So they are 60 European credits. So they are no master degree. What's the big difference? The big difference is, really depends. If you want to pursue a PhD, you need a master degree, like the previous one, and that in Italy is called also laurea magistrale. In this case, this first level master they will, you know, graduate you. They will give you the certification as a diploma degree. And we have, you know, a different shades of gastronomy. So it's, of course, it's a higher education for people that already has a bachelor, any bachelor. Meanwhile, for, you know, for the Master Food Industry Management, in our website, you will find the academic requirements for the your master degree. For the other programs, for these programs, you know, the first level master, any bachelor is valid, and English proficiency are the only academic requirements that we have. 9 months on campus, 3 months of internship, personal project. This one, for example, in New Food Thinking, is as a gastronomic creativity, artistic focus. So it's a very interesting program focused on food policy, food society, food philosophy, food ecology, to create, you know, a professional profiles that can understand, you know, the high quality production, but you know, needs a plus on the creativity, on the innovation, on the artistic side point of view for their own restaurant, for their own project, and it's part of, you know, there are freestyle trips in this program. World Food Studies as a focus about food studies. Why World Food Studies? Because one of the focus is international gastronomists. So there is a basics in food studies, food anthropology, food history, food and sustainability, and then 2 other modules. One is about you know, international gastronomy, so, you know, going through the principal domain cuisine, and then a part of practice in the lab and sensory analysis. We really believed, you know, to be a gastronom, to be a food expert, you really also need to train this tool, you know, the sensorial tool. So every program does tastings. Every program has a part where you really go through the food chains, also trying the products that are part of that food chains. And this one, meanwhile, is about communication and marketing. So the first, New Food Thinking, was a more gastronomical. The second was more humanistic, anthropologic. And this one is much more about corporate and communication. There is a model in high quality production, a model on marketing, and a model on communication and sustainability. The first 2, the New Food Thinking and World Food Studying, they start every October. So the admission, you know, they're already open for the 25-26 academic year. This one starts in March. We just closed the deadline for this program. As every March we begin the program. Again, any bachelor is valid, and English proficiency. In these programs, of course, we have a high rate of international students. We're talking about between 70 to 95% of international students. So it's not like being in Italy and being in an Italian environment, but it looks, you know, it's full of people very motivated, very, you know, with passion, that, you know, share the same value for food. We also have one in agroecology that will probably begin, they would probably, you know, become an online short program for all the people that are interested also in agroecology. As I told you, we are based in Italy, but at the same time, we are part of an international network. There are people from all over the world. We have students from 90 different countries from 2004. Almost the half was international students. Who is a gastronom, who is a food specialist, is, you know, a professional that has a comprehensive understanding of what is going on during the different supply chains, with a vision and a focus about food sustainability, high quality production, and, you know, and food systems. We really think that, you know, in a very dynamic and global world, it's not enough. If you want to work in a quality system, it's not enough just to do marketing, you know, and just place the product, but you need also to understand what you're doing. Why is the difference? Why is the add value about food? Food is part, you know, is one of the main part of the world. Is relations, is economy, is food policy, is chemistry. Food is so many things, and we can't live without food. So we believe, that food needs a specific approach that is different to other specific subjects. Again, what we do, so after every program, we do have a career center that support the students take a decision about their own future. What does the career office does? A match. We don't park people in 2024. Is not. I come to Italy because I want to work, and after there is the work is immediate. No. We do a match. So we do a coaching session to do a match between skills, talents, and expectation of the student with a real job market. How we do with one-to-one, with workshop in class, a one-to-one coaching session, and we also have a website completely with job offers completely dedicated to our students and alumni to review the offers and to look for specific job offers dedicated just to them. Again, how we do that, because we have a big network of companies that collaborate with us. We have more than 150 companies, from the multinational companies to the very high quality small companies, and they are our strategic partner and supporting members, and we collaborate with them, and we do network with these companies to do research, to do innovation, and to do and to also do job placement. So I'm finishing. So the Pollenzo is, as I told you, in the north, very close in the province of Cuneo, 1 hour from Turin. But all the students live in Bra. Pollenzo is a very small village, 600 people, where we have the residency, but all the students live in Bra. Bra is at 35,000 people. It's a nice little town from Italy when you can get a real Italian experience. It's a 60 kilometers from Pollenzo. There is public transportation, and people usually, it's a very good point and add value. It's not like Milan, Florence, Bologna, where the housing situation is really stressful. Bra is a small village. Everyone look for an apartment independently. It's very cheap compared to the big city in Italy, and it's very easy to find an apartment over there. Some students go, they settle in Bra for 3 to 1 years, and they go to Pollenzo every day. We have open days. We have physical open days. We have online open days, and we do one-to-one a coaching session, orientation session with me. So you can also on our website, unisk.it, find all the information about all the programs, the initial requirements, all the open days, and all the things that you may need to give, to have a better understanding of what is gastronomic science, and why it could be, for you an opportunity to work in the food and beverage sector. So I think I get my time straight away. So Richard, I'm okay with the time, I guess. So I don't know. It's okay. I don't know. I'm okay with the timing.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Okay, so thank you again. You can go on our website, www.unisk.it, where you can find all the information, and you can also write an email to book a one-to-one session, orientation session with me.
Thank you very much, Francesco. And now we have Florence Classical Arts Academy. Hi, can you hear me? And say hi, Ksenia, either. Yeah, thank you. I think your audio is muted.
Sorry. There we go. Okay. Hi, Richard. Hi, everyone. So should I just go ahead? Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, great. So nice to meet you all, everybody who's present today. I'm representing the Florence Classical Arts Academy. I'm going to write in the chat the website, so you guys maybe can, as I speak, you can browse and see some visual examples on the website of things that we do, as I'm telling you a little bit of the story and a little bit of the summary of what we're doing. So we're a private visual arts academy. We're based in Florence, Italy, and we exist since 2009. So it's been 15 years that we train students from all over the world. And the training is specifically in visual arts. So our main subjects, our main classes that you would take with us would be painting, drawing, composition, and artistic anatomy. Those are the 4 cornerstone classes. Apart from that, of course, curriculum has a lot more supplementary subjects that help to your 360 degrees understanding in visual arts. There's a variety of things that you would do in your curriculum, as museum visits, quick sketch class, technique and technology of painting, color science, copy of old masters, etc., etc. So as educational offers, we have various things that you could do with us. It's starting from short workshops that could be 1 week, 2 weeks, 4 months, all the way to 1-year program that is foundation year, 3-year program that is a diploma in visual arts, or all the way to 5-year program, which is 3-year diploma program plus 1 or 2-year master program. So a little bit more about the training itself and the approach that we use. The approach that we use is called constructive method. And it is something, let's say it's an approach that is very rare these days, unfortunately, because let's say it's this good old school in academic terms that really takes you through the whole base of what drawing and painting means, which means that you are going through a detailed study of how to draw something from the scratch. It means that you study proportions, perspective, anatomy. You learn how to build something that is 3D on paper that is 2D flat. So you learn all the universal principles that eventually form you as an artist, and you build your portfolio in these 3 years if you were to choose a diploma program. You build a portfolio that can allow you to go into very different career paths, because what we've seen in these 15 years of training students, that after the program that they do with us, different people really choose different careers in arts. So some people just become, let's say, painters, and they do just that. They maybe do portraiture or landscape and focus only on painting or on drawing. Meanwhile, other graduates really took a career path more into design, for example, some into fashion design. Some of our graduates work in film industry as artists. Maybe they build sets for film or sets for theater. A lot of the graduates become illustrators. So essentially, the purpose of this training is to give you the not only the knowledge, but also the skill and the technique, so you can be a visual storyteller. That's the main point of what we're trying to do when we teach our students, is to give them all the tools, all the knowledge, so that one day they can be independent, full-on artists and storytellers. Our teaching style, also important thing to mention, is in small groups, and we've set it up intentionally like that. So it's a small school. You would be part of the group of 11 or maximum 12 people. So each group is limited to 12 people. And we keep it in this way very intentionally, so that we really ensure that all the students, every student has a lot of time one-on-one with the teacher. So there is, of course, the part where a teacher does a presentation, and maybe in the beginning of the day explaining what you're doing, what kind of assignment you're dealing with today, what are the steps, what are the goals of this assignment. And those may be our first 10 or 15 minutes of the class, and the rest of the time is really dedicated to going and just seeing you one by one. So that's how the class is set up. So the teachers really make sure that you're growing, that they check up on you and see what works, what doesn't, if you have difficulties somewhere, so that your progress is really closely followed. So that's just an important thing to know about the Academy, that this is a very, let's say, very, I don't want to say cozy way of education, but you will be in small groups. The students that we have really come from all over the world. We have very few Italians, although we're in Italy, but we have very few Italians. Mostly we have students really from everywhere. It's US, Canada, South America, Asia, Africa, everywhere. So you would also be part of the group that is extremely diverse in terms of nationalities, in terms of artistic backgrounds, and in terms of ages. We have students who are 18, we have students who are sometimes 65. So it's a very unique community where you have, let's say, all the possibilities to grow as an artist and also learn from other people and share what you know or what you can bring to that community. So let me see. Maybe we can go to the website. Maybe I'll share my screen with you guys, yeah, and can show you some visual examples. See, share. So desktop. There. Okay. There we go. I hope you can all see what I see. Okay, so we are here on the website of the Academy, the one that I wrote in the chat. Here you could, in the section academics, you have the main programs that we offer. You see foundation year program and diploma in visual arts, master in visual arts, hybrid program, and also a program that we have in partnership with our partner in the United States, where we do analog training, so hands-on training. Meanwhile, they provide digital design training. So that's also another option. Important thing to mention that also, as much as you can take programs and courses directly with us in Florence, you can also study entirely online, or you can study in hybrid format, which means that you're doing some certain segments of your training from wherever you are. You start off from home, and then you finish the program with 3 months of intensive courses in Florence. So you only come for 3 months. So since a couple of years ago, now we have these options as well. After COVID, we have put a lot of the content of our programs online, and to our surprise, until this day, they're quite popular. We thought that after COVID, maybe it would all just die out as online education, because nobody will ever want to study online again in this life after COVID. But turns out that many people actually choose to still have that flexibility and study online, or to study at least in hybrid, when part of it is online and another part is in Florence. And of course, needless to say that for artists, if somebody has decided to be an artist in this life or to pursue a creative career, of course, Florence is one of the best places in the world to do that, because here you are faced with incredible cultural inheritance and incredible museums where you find masterpieces that are world famous. And yeah, so for an artist, being in Florence and studying in Florence, of course, it's an incredible opportunity to not just learn from the school in which you are, but also to absorb everything that is around you, everything that Florence itself has to offer when it comes to museum, galleries, and various art events, exhibitions, festivals, etc., etc. So yeah, a little bit more, maybe to guide you through the website, just to kind of show you where you can find things later if you want to browse through in a bit more detail. So yeah, homepage where you can just read in general about us, about the type of accreditation. Type of accreditation that we do have is regional accreditation, so from Tuscany region, which means that diplomas that we issue are diplomas of professional qualification. So it's not equal to, let's say, it's not a degree, but it can be in a way equal to a degree within the accreditation system that is not national but regional. So, but in any case, diplomas can be valid in Italy and European Union countries. And of course, again, when we speak of diplomas for artists, diplomas are all nice and important to have, but for any artist, the most important thing, of course, is to have a strong portfolio, because that's the first thing that anybody would ever ask you after, whether you're trying to approach a client or you're trying to go further and continue your education. So portfolio is your main business card when you're an artist. So, and that's something we mostly try to focus on, to teach the students to build that portfolio and to be independent, to be their own art critics, to be a person who has enough knowledge and enough of expertise to even analyze their own work, to step back from your own paintings or drawings or compositions, and to be able to analyze it and to see what's wrong, what can be fixed, to give professional estimation for your work or for work of somebody else. So yeah, in academics, you can see the programs. So if you go in each section, you just will read a description of all the programs that we have. Here, there is a long list of workshops. So workshops are courses that are short-term. They can be, as I mentioned earlier, they can be 1 week, 2 weeks, usually 4 weeks, very often 4 weeks. So, and those you can do throughout the year. So if, for example, you have an idea, but maybe you're unsure whether you want to jump in and do 3-year program, many students come and do 1 month and they just see how it goes for them. So they see how the school is like, what the teaching is like, how is life in Florence. So you can try it out first, maybe by coming for like 4 weeks. And then if you see that this is something for you, then of course you're super welcome to enroll to a longer program. So here we have e-learning space. So the online education that I mentioned. Here in admissions, you can find more precise information just about the calendar, tuition fees, deadlines, enrollment process, etc. So enrollment is very, very easy. Actually, since we're a private academy, we don't have any epic requirements. We do ask for students' portfolio, but at the entrance stage, it is more for us to get to know you really and to see what kind of art you've done previously. But in the entrance or in the enrollment for the first year of the 3 years or foundation year, you're not judged yet on your portfolio. So you can present whatever you have. When the judgment, let's say, comes into place, or when you're starting to be checked on your knowledge and on your performance, is when you transfer from the first year to the second and from the second to the third. So that's when you have exams, you have certain criteria to meet. But when you come in, the enrollment is easy. You need just to send in a package of documents that's about you, few forms to fill out, your portfolio, whatever you have to present, and you should be good to go. Here you can see faculty list. You can read about our teachers, their biographies, you can see links as well to their social media, where you can check out more of their paintings, drawings, whatever they've done and they're doing. And here, maybe I will show you some of the examples in the gallery of things that first year students do. So you can see some examples of some foundational assignments like sphere, geometrical figures for constructive drawing. There's portraiture, there's elements of architecture, some examples of still lifes done both in oil painting, but also in watercolor. So here you can check out a lot of examples of what students do. As we go further on to the second and third year program, of course, your assignments become way more complex. You work with portraiture with hands, you work with full figure. And then the 3-year program ends with your thesis project. And thesis project is when you essentially put in one showcase everything that you have learned in 3 years, which very often is a multi-figured composition, where you can tell a story, again, speaking of storytelling, a composition where you can take a certain topic and really unfold it in the way you prefer, and to show all the knowledge, everything that you have learned in 3 years. Let me see if I can find a good example of a thesis project. For example, this one is a thesis project, and this one is a story taken from a book. It can be also any topic that a student chooses, from Greek mythology, from the Bible, from personal life. Here you see a few examples as well from the Bible, some of them revisited, or like, let's say, a remix or remake of some timeless stories, etc., etc. So here, I invite you to, later on, when you have time, to go to the gallery and just check out more in detail and see. There are a lot of visual examples. Also, our YouTube channel is very much alive with videos of certain demos, where you can see as well how our instructors paint, draw, and explain things. You can see also some anatomy examples, and so if you're interested in this kind of studies, I really encourage you to check out not just the website, but also our Instagram, our social media, our YouTube channel, to see in more detail what kind of training we actually do, and what kind of portfolios our students build and graduate with. Okay, so I think that's a short overview. I think I have 2 minutes left, so maybe we can, I will stop sharing my screen. So maybe we can dedicate these 2 minutes to questions that anybody has.
Thank you, Ksenia. That's really interesting to see. And then we have a few questions from students.
Okay.
So some of them is, if they're applying, what's the key dates that they should apply?
We have certain, so we have various starting dates throughout the year. We have fall enrollment, winter enrollment, and hybrid enrollment. So fall enrollment starts in the beginning of October and end of September. Winter starts in February, and then hybrid starts in January, but hybrid one you start from where you are. So for each one of those starting times, there are always 2 deadlines. There is early bird deadline, and there is a standard deadline. So those deadlines as well can be checked on the website. And depending on which deadline the student chooses, it also influences how much of tuition they pay, because if you apply by early bird, you pay a bit less tuition. But all of that information could be found in the section admissions, tuition fees, and deadlines. So you can check one by one.
Thanks. And then there's a few more questions is about students, about the visa process from some questions about the visa process and the age, if there is any limit on the age limit.
There is no age limit at all. Even so, for doing program in person, you need to be just 18, and then after that, any age is fine. So once you have sent in your documents, your portfolio, and paid your tuition, we start your visa papers. So basically, you just need to have 3 things for starting your student visa, Italian student visa. You need to be enrolled, pay your tuition, and have your future address in Florence, which means that you either have found accommodation for the whole period of enrollment for, let's say, 1 academic year, or minimum 30 first days of your stay in Italy. So that's for the visa. Sorry, what was the other question?
Yeah, I think that mainly covers it. Mainly covers the questions. So yeah, thanks very much, Xenia. And now we move on to the next university.
Okay,
And
thanks a lot. Have a great day.
Thank you very much. And so next we have I will just share correctly. Next we have the Free University of Bolzano, if you can see. So yeah, thank you. So Maria, are you there? Oh.
Hello, everybody. Yes, we're here. I hope you can all hear me good.
Yeah, it's clear, yeah.
Great. So first of all, I would like to give the floor to Mario, who is here with me today, and he will present you, first of all, the Free University of Bolzano, what it is, and afterwards I will keep on and present you all of our study programs, our bachelor and our master programs.
Right. Good afternoon. I'm Mario Berg. I'm the Advisory Service and Marketing Officer of UniBZ. And I want to introduce you to this Free University of Bolzano. It's free not because it's free of charge, but means we have tuition fees, but it means that we are free of the state. We are not a state university, a non-state university financed by the local government. And I would like to introduce you now to this small but precious university, starting with some details about the university. 3 languages. We are in a region in the autonomous province of Bolzano, where 3 languages are spoken, or better, normally 2, that's Italian and German, and we added as a teaching language also English to our teaching languages. That means that the bachelor programs are taught in 3 languages, 1/3 in Italian, 1/3 in German, and 1/3 in English. You need a B2 level in Italian or German to gain admission to the bachelor programs, whereas the master programs are taught mainly, the majority of them, only in English. What is also special about the university is we are small, and we try to be as international, small and international as possible. Almost 30%, and you will see some statistical data later on, almost 30% of the teaching staff are from abroad, meaning not only from German-speaking, Italian-speaking, or what have you countries, but from the US of A, from China, from everywhere in the world. More than 12 different nationalities teach at UniBZ. What is peculiar about us is also that we are small and that we have small classes. That means you are really followed by the lecturers and also by peer tutors and by students from the following years very closely, and that's a huge advantage that our students really much appreciate. It's not a mass university. Then what is also special is that we are new. 27 years old, the university now. We have just inaugurated a new campus, and I will show it to you later on, the new campus at our technology park. And since we are small and since we are quite new, we are among the young universities in the world, less than 50 years, 20 years old, 27 years old. And that means that the infrastructure is up to date and state of the art. And then what is interesting for many people, and this is the view from our, so that you can see, this is the city, the dome of Bolzano. This is the view from the top of the Faculty of Design and Art building. And as you can see, there is already some snow in Bolzano, and it's a perfect place in the Dolomites also for skiing in winter and also for hiking in summer. And what is peculiar about us is that we are close to the border with Austria and also somehow with Germany. And there is very much going on between these countries in this macro area between Germany, Switzerland, Austria, and Italy. We are at the crossroads between those countries. Then some data. 3 teaching languages, 4 campuses, 5 faculties, and Maria will tell you which they are later on. More than 4,100 students are studying at UniBZ. 13% of them are from abroad. And as I said, 31% of the lecturers from abroad. What is quite astonishing is that notwithstanding the trilingualism of the bachelor programs, 79% of the students are able to graduate within the standard program duration, and 76% of the graduates are in employment within 1 year after graduation. And these are not data from us, but from an Italian consortium that is trying to give an overview about the situation at Italian universities. These are objective data. Then rankings. You might be aware of rankings, and we are quite successful in rankings. We are on the 14th place worldwide in the small university rankings of the Times Higher Education ranking that is edited every year. And we are at the first place in Italy among the small private universities. We are not ranked with all the universities. In Italy, it is the case that there is a ranking for the huge universities, then the medium-sized universities, and the small universities. And that is why we are ranked among those. Then, Maria, just something about where we are. We have 3 campuses, as already told you. We are in Bozen, where most of the faculties are situated. Then we are in Brixen. This is the Bozen-Bolzano City Center campus. What is quite cool about the City Center campus, is that it's close to the station. It's in the very center of the city, which is the case for most of our campuses. And then there is as already mentioned, the new campus just inaugurated down there at the Technology Park, just like 15 minutes by bike from the main campus. Then there is the one in Brixen-Bressanone, where the Faculty of Education is situated, and also the one in Bruneck-Brunico, where only 2 programs are offered. That is the Master in Tourism Management and the Bachelor in Tourism, Sports and Event Management. And this is the new building of the faculty up there, of the Faculty of Economics at Bruneck-Brunico, where tourism management students are studying. And I think that's from my side. And I would give the floor to Maria now for the teaching offer. Thanks a lot for your attention.
Thank you for this short introduction. Now I would like to give you an overview of our study programs. So as I already mentioned, I will focus especially on the bachelor and master programs. However, there are also some PhD programs we offer. As you can see in this slide, we have 5 different faculties, and in those we offer a very broad, a wide range of study programs. And let's start with the Faculty of Agricultural, Environmental and Food Sciences, in which we offer 2 bachelor programs. As Mario already mentioned, they are trilingual. That means you study a third in Italian, a third in English, and 1/3 in German. We have 2 programs, one in Agricultural Food Sciences and Mountain Environment, and on the other hand, there is Enogastronomy in mountain areas. As you saw before, we are surrounded by mountains, therefore we put this focus especially on the mountain environment. And if you want to continue in this field, you can also continue with our master programs, which are inter-university programs. That means that all 4 master programs are offered together with other universities in Italy, like for example, University of Parma or Udine, but there are also some double degree programs with University of Innsbruck in Austria, for example, or the University of Cork in Ireland. I have some photos in here. So as you can see, our students are studying outside. Otherwise, you can't really get to know how the environment works, how you can also make it more sustainable. But you will work also a lot in our state-of-the-art labs directly here at our faculty, where you try to find new solutions for sustainable food and solutions. Then let's go on to our smallest faculty. It's the Faculty of Design and Art, where we offer 2 bachelor programs. So you can decide whether you want to focus on design or on art. So if you decide to go into the direction of design, you will have a lot of projects to do. So during the first semester, you're doing a warm-up project together with all the other students. That means approximately 20 students will be in your class. You will have your own studio, your own place, like this student you can see in this photo. It's one of our studios for our students, where you really can work on your ideas, where you can show your creativity, and you will focus on product design, but also on visual communication. On the other hand, if you want to put your focus on art, you will work in your studio and concentrate on 4 different projects. It's image, space, interact, and exhibit. That means you have 4 different projects you will be doing during those 3 years, and you can also realize your ideas in our workshops. So we have our in-house workshops, like for example this one, where you're working especially with wood, where you then can turn your project, your ideas into reality. And you can also exhibit them at the end of every semester, but also at the end of your studies. And if you want to continue in this field, you have the possibility to continue with us at UniBZ with our master program in eco-social design. The beautiful thing about this study programs is that it is a very nice combination of theory and practice, because next to the practical activities, you get also insights to different aspects of materials, but also history of arts, etc. Then if we go over to our third faculty, it's the Faculty of Economics and Management. You can see that we offer 4 different bachelor programs. So all of them are offered in 3 languages again. We have Economics and Management, where you focus especially on microeconomics. That means the study of economic problems of businesses, for example, people, and how particular parts of an economy work. On the other hand, we have the study program Economics, Politics, and Philosophy. So maybe some of you heard about PPE study program. It's especially known in Great Britain, for example, where you focus on macroeconomics. That means the study of financial systems at the national level. So worldwide, you can also study how economy and politics influence each other, and obviously, you will also study something about the philosophical background and the ideas behind it. Then, as Mario mentioned before, we have also a campus at Bruneck Brunico, where we offer our bachelor in tourism, sport, and event management. So basically, the first year is like the year in economics and management, and then you can focus either on tourism management or on sport and event management. And the last program we offered is a program between the Faculty of Economics and Management and the Faculty of Engineering, and it's called Informatics and Management of Digital Business. So in there, you will focus especially on IT aspects, but you will also do some courses in marketing and advertising, so in the field of economics. Also in this faculty, we have different master programs. Some of them are taught only in English, so they are also held in only one language. So you have the possibility to continue again with us at UniBZ. Then we have one faculty at the Brixen Bressanone campus where we offer bachelor programs. It's social work and social education, but also communication sciences and culture. And there again, it's important to do these studies in 3 languages to understand how different cultures, communications, and people communicate with each other to really get into this area. On the other hand, we have also a 5-year master programs in primary education if you want to work in kindergartens or in primary schools, but always focused on the Italian school system. We have also one master program there. It's in innovation and research for social work and social education. And last but not least, we have also our Faculty of Engineering. You saw before in the new building at Neutechpark, which is also a perfect place to get in touch with startups, with other companies, with young researchers, just to create your bubble that you have the possibility to work out on your ideas. We have 5 bachelor programs, so in computer science, in electronics and cyber physical systems engineering, so how do people and machines, robots interact, how can they work together? Then industrial and mechanical engineering. There is also the possibility to focus on logistics, for example, on automation, on robotics. And there's also the bachelor program in wood technology, which is a professional bachelor. That means that you are doing a lot more practical activities than in the other courses. However, also in them, you will pass a lot of your hours in labs. I brought some photos from our modern labs at Neutechpark. It's, for example, our robot, it's Tiago, with who people or students work together, and they just can work with a hands-on mentality at our university. With that, I will give the floor back to Mario, who will speak about some centers we have at our university, which can help you also with this trilingual aspect.
Okay, I can see that I still have 2 minutes. Let's be quick. The Language Center offers many different language programs, not only in the official languages of our bachelor or master programs, but also in let's say Arabic, in Chinese, in many different languages of the world. You can also attend courses and then gain certificates, the official international certificates, language certificates, and as I said, courses in other languages. Then the university library, this is just to give you an impression of our infrastructure, of the places where you will be during your studies. And then we have the exchange opportunities, which are quite important and where we put our focus on very much. We have more than 200 partner universities worldwide, and this is the UniBZ blue that indicates with which countries we have these agreements worldwide. Then what else? The student life is obviously aligned with what you normally do and what people normally do here in the region, that is skiing, hiking, and also this is an impression of our snow days. This is an event, a yearly event, where more than 1,000 students from all of our partner universities come to Bozen Bolzano and have 3 days of partying, skiing, sports making, on the slopes, and also at the university, 3 days with, as I said, 1,000 people organized by our sports club of the University of Bozen Bolzano. This is the Yeti, and it's the personification of our sports club that is always following them also to sports tournaments all over Europe, like the Euromasters in Maastricht, or also the Champions Trophy in Hamburg in Germany. They are participating in this. and obligatory, mandatory also to hint at the social media channels, as the universities normally does. And we are on TikTok also and on Spotify if you're interested. Just follow us to be updated about what is happening at UniBZ. And with that, I call this quits. And yeah, this is the last impression of our degree ceremony. We normally hold it here at the city center on the main piazza at Bozen Bolzano, just close to the university. And this is an impression of that. So you would be among them if you start studying at UniBZ. And now you might ask your questions, which you have done already in the chat. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much for the presentation. And now we just come to the end of the time. So we move over to the next speaker. Yeah, thank you very much for giving the presentation. And if anyone has any questions, you can leave them in the chat. So next up, we have H-Farm College. And hi, Cecilia.
Hi, thank you so much, Rich. Welcome to everybody. I'm Cecilia from the admission team of H-Farm College. I'm going to share my screen now. Please tell me if you can see my presentation. Okay.
Yeah, it's clear. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much. And I think that before starting my presentation, I would like to show you a brief introductory video made from our students and our professor.
We are H-Farm College students,
driven by curiosity and creativity,
and supported by our community and its network.
featuring clubs focused on tech, innovation, and startup projects, and exclusive talks that bring fresh perspectives and real-world connections that inspires innovation.
We are H-Farm College parents. We strongly believe in the power of technology.
But above all, in people.
We are H-Farm College professors.
We embrace every opportunity to learn something new and inspire others around us.
Together, we challenge and empower people to transform innovations into human progress for a better society. We believe in learning beyond borders.
Through innovative spaces, a strong company network,
In real-world challenges that inspire our students to think boldly.
and navigate a fast-changing world every day together.
We are H-Farm College.
Okay, so as H-Farm College, we are the Institute for Undergraduate and Postgraduate Education of H-Farm, which is a venture builder based in Italy in the northern region of Veneto, near Venice, which has been spreading the culture of innovation since 2005. Our first unit was the Startup Center, dealing with incubation of startup, and then about the consultancies for digital transformation for firms in Italy and abroad. And this allowed us to understand that for future generation, there is a strong need for young graduates with the skills and knowledge to really stay up to date in a fast-changing environment, also leveraging all the possibility that technology innovation gave us. For this reason, our mission is to empower our graduates to transform innovation into human progress for a better society. We are doing so in our campus. As I was mentioning, we are based in northern Italy. We are just 15 minutes away from Venice Airport and from many other cities like Padua and Treviso that are well known in the Veneto region. We are also 15 minutes away from the Prosecco region and 1.5 hours away from the Dolomites mountain. Our is a really international community. In our campus, there are more than 2,000 students from 51 nationalities, and also the professors are really international, so with 100 teachers from 25 nationalities. All our students are living in a unique innovation ecosystem, which is made by our college, but also by other units. Because our history is pretty unique in Italy, we were founded in 2005 as a startup incubator. So our first business unit was aimed at helping young students, young graduates to develop their business idea through mentorship and also networking opportunities. In 2013, we opened also part of business consultancy with a strong focus on digital transformation. So in our campus, there are a lot of opportunities of networking because a lot of firms come even up to date to get training and also to network in our campus. And this connection with the firms on one side and with the young graduates willing to really give their contribution to societies allowed us to understand that we really needed to close the circle and created something for education, so helping students to enter the job market with the skills that are needed to pursue their goal, career goal in the future. So for this reason, in 2016, we founded H-Farm Education that beside the college, which deals mainly with bachelor's and master degree, deals also with an international school, a vocational school on graphic design, digital effects, and digital arts, and a business school for professional. Our evolution is constant. We opened in 2023 a research facility on agri-tech, so on the future of farming, and we will open another one on AI research in the next few months. Going back to H-Farm College, our educational approach is based on 5 main pillars that represent the way in which we want to provide the students with the mission that I mentioned before. These pillars are the academic program, the enhancing program, the personal and career development of each student, and the possibility to get every opportunity that is in our campus. Starting from the academic program, we are working on 2 main areas, which are the area of business and management and the one on innovation and technology. We decided to focus on these 2 areas because our history, let's say, grants us a strong knowledge on these 2 subjects. We really feel that we can pass on a strong knowledge also to our students on these 2 main areas. As I was mentioning, we offer both bachelor's and master degree. All our programs are taught in English, and we are working in collaboration with 2 main university institutions. The first one is the University Ca' Foscari of Venice, which is one of the oldest universities in Italy and has a really strong business and management department. And the second one is the University of Chichester, which works with us with all the programs for the master's degree and mainly 5 out of 6 programs for the bachelor's degree. This means that our students, at the end of their journey, if they decide to enroll in one of the programs in partnership with the University of Chichester, will get a Bachelor of Science from a UK university while studying in Italy and enjoying also the Italian lifestyle. Going into the topic of our bachelor, we have 6 bachelors from the business and management area. The first one is the one in partnership with the University Ca' Foscari of Venice, which is digital management. It's a course that we opened in 2017 and grants the possibility to students to focus on the management of a firm through a digital lens. So all the courses are pertaining 3 main subjects: informatics, management, and statistics and mathematics. All the other courses I will mention to you are in partnership with UK University. We have a course in digital economics and finance, which study finance also through the knowledge of the digital tools like cybersecurity and AI that are much needed in this sector right now. We have International Business Study, which is a broader course for those students who want to focus on how firms work internationally. We have Management with Business Analytics, which is a program that focuses on how a decision can use data, or how a firm can use data in order to take an informed decision about its strategy and its behavior. And it's really sought after, gives a lot of sought after competencies. And then we have marketing and global commerce, and at the end, business creation and entrepreneurship, which is a course that focuses on those students who want to work in the startup sector and wants to help others develop their own startup. So we work with this course, we work in partnership with the Global Acceleration Network, our Entrepreneurship and Startup Center, and Friends of Bata. Going to the innovation and technology sector, we have one course, which is innovation and data and AI and data science, which is in partnership with Microsoft, who helped us design the course and also gives us some teaching during this the bachelor degree. We have then information system management and software and cloud architecture. As you may see in the corner of this slide, there is also a QR code that you can use to download the brochure for these courses if you want more in-depth information about the content, about the structure. I will move on to the master's degree. At the moment, we have 4 master's degrees, all in the field of business and management. They are digital marketing and data analytics, again, a strong focus on data and digital technologies. And this course is in partnership with WPP, which is one of the biggest marketing agency in the world, dealing with clients such as Netflix. Then we have international business, another course on entrepreneurship and digital transformation. So the 2 sides of entrepreneurship, one's to help the others becoming an entrepreneur, and also helping firms to really tackle all the challenges of the digital transformation. Last but not least, we have a course a course in design and communication in partnership with ARRI, which is a provider of digital cameras and other professional equipment for photo shooting and video making. And these are our academic program. Another important feature of our academic program is that the classes of our courses are pretty small, meaning that for a bachelor degree, you can expect in class a maximum of 100 students, more likely 40-50 students per course, while for the master degree, we have a maximum number of students allowed of 30 students per course. As I was mentioning before, our courses are focusing also on providing students with a set of skills that can be useful for helping them join the job market. And in order to do so, we created an enhancing program. This is a set of extracurricular courses which are not mandatory, but are highly recommended for students because they are designed to equip students with the essential skill they will need to be competitive on the job market. How do they work? These are courses that are part of the schedule of each course, so you won't miss classes or have to come to the university in the weekend. You can do them from Monday to Fridays as all the other courses. And they are in 5 main categories, which are knowledge and tool foundation, communication and personal skills, innovation and AI, business and entrepreneurship, and future scenario. These courses are from 12 to 15 hours long, and at the end of each course there is an exam that, if passed, grants the student a certificate that can be added to their LinkedIn profile or their CV. And it is the student who picks which of the courses he can follow. For example, if I'm studying AI and data science, so I'm really focused on the AI part, maybe I also want to open my own firm in the future. So maybe I would love to have some skill on entrepreneurship. So also I can pick the course on fundamental entrepreneurship or the course on international relation. Or maybe I want to focus more on my personal skills, such as communication, public speaking, and storytelling. In this way, each student can really tailor its experience and really work towards be needed for the future career. As I was mentioning, the personal and career development are a fundamental part of the experience at H-Farm College. This is because the university is seen as a pathway toward the professional realization of each of our students. And for this reason, we built a program of personal and career development. But before diving into that, I just want to let you know something more about our learning experience. In H-Farm College, we want really to create a 3D learning experience for our students, allowing them to learn in the classroom, outside the classroom, and on the job. In the classroom, of course, you will have some frontal lessons, so some traditional lectures, but being our class so small, as I was mentioning before, this fact opens up a lot of possibility for our tutors and teachers to really create a collaborative environment in class. So I have a lot of teamwork, business game, a lot of guest lecturers that come to share their experience during the class and give you insight on the topics of the curricular courses and on the enhancing courses. But the learning doesn't stop in the classroom. We really focus a lot on all the possibility outside the classroom. So all these extracurricular activities, which can be important for students to gather more information and get inspired. The first one is, of course, inspirational talk once a week. A startupper, a manager, an entrepreneur, part of the network I was mentioning before, created in our ecosystem, in our campus, comes to our campus to share their experience, give the students some insight about their career, and inspire them to pursue maybe a career in a particular sector. But on top of the conference that is held with these guests, we try to create some informal connection meeting, like a lunch or a breakfast or maybe a walk in the campus, so that a selection of our students will be able to get a chat with these guests and really network with them. Another really exciting opportunity for students are challenges, which are basically, they are briefing that some of the firms in our network give to our students, and the students in teams, often students from different courses, are encouraged to work together in order to provide a solution to the briefing given by the firm. Last year, we had Juventus, the football club, the Italian football club, Amazon, DeLonghi, Campari, and one of the last challenges was done with Hugo Boss, the fashion brand, who challenged our students to create a marketing campaign for Gen Z and Gen Alpha generation outside the main marketing channels, so TV, television, and Instagram, and maybe using other platforms such as Fortnite and Twitch. And these are only some of the examples of extracurricular activities outside the classroom. Closing up on the job, we really try to give our student the possibility to see that what they are learning in class can be immediately applicable in real life. For this reason, we created some agency, which are the one you see in these slides, that are basically team of students who works. They have a salary, they have team meetings once or twice a week, and they work on external projects on some subject related to the one that they study. So for example, Lumina, which is a team of students who works on business consultancy, worked a lot last year with Nakheel, which is one of the main, I think, most famous luxury real estate agency in the world. They work a lot in Dubai with the Palm and another island in that area. And this firm came to our students also to have ask for their help to develop some project together. And it is just one of the examples of the on-the-job activities that our students can do. As I was mentioning, we developed a personal and career development program, which is something that we are really proud of because it guides students from the first and second year till the last year of their degree, and of course for master student during the whole path, to really at first reflect on what their career goals are and what skills they need to develop in order to attain them. So working also on the soft skills such team working, emotional intelligence, and leadership. And towards the end of their program, focuses on some activities with the career development program that will help them in really enter the job market successfully. Some of the most common ones are helping on personal branding, CV development, mock interviews for job interviews. There is a career fair every year with more than 60 firms coming to visit us. And of course, the main part of career development is the last 6 months of each of our internship, which are devoted on of our program, which are devoted either to an internship project, which is basically the student goes to one of the firms in our network. Here are some examples, and they have a 6-month work experience in which they really learn how what they studied in class was useful for their path. Or they can develop their own business idea and work with our startup center in order to do so. Last but not least, life on campus. We have a lot of sport and clubs activities for our students. We really try to create a community for them. Also for the international student, we have the Horizon community with all the international students doing a lot of extracurricular activities. I'll show you a brief video. Okay, and of course in campus we have accommodation. So for students there's the possibility to choose between Casa 22 or Marina, which are the 2 main accommodation, 5 minutes away from our campus. And here is a video made from one of our students from Nepal, Niti, who will try to take you through all the locations.
If you're looking for the best Edgefront College accommodation, this is the right video for you.
Welcome to Marina! Archipelago, the main building, the house, kitchen, bathroom, living room, bedroom, the gym, common area, cinema. If you're someone who values having your own space, but also wants to enjoy life with other students, this is Marina, the perfect accommodation for you.
This is Casa 22.
The parking,
The entrance,
the study area,
the garden,
the laundry,
the kitchen,
the reading room, the elevator, the bedroom, the bathroom.
We are 22 housemates, so if you're a very social person who likes to be with others, this is the perfect accommodation for you.
These are the accommodations provided by Edgefront College. For a better comparison, I've prepared a table that you can screenshot. I hope I've helped you find the right one for you. If you want more information, you can go to our site.
Okay, going quickly to admission because I think that I used all my 20 minutes. Let's start with the course in digital management. As I was mentioning, working with your partner, the admission process is slightly different between the course in digital management, which is a bachelor degree that grants an Italian title of laurea triennale. It's taught in English and it's 3-year long, providing 180 ECTS. The starting date is September 2025 and the fee is 8,500 euros per year. The entry requirements are the high school diploma or equivalent qualification and a B2 level English certification. The main responsible for admission in this case is the welcome unit, and you can see their email address on the bottom of this slide. The application is pretty easy. It opens in December and it's managed in 3 rounds. For each round, the students will have to complete the application by pre-evaluating their title, doing a math test, which is called TOEIC, and upload some documents required by the university. They will have to check the ranking and then accept their seat and proceed with enrollment and all the process, and if they need the visa, all the process to get the visa. Going to all the other courses which are in partnership with the University of Chichester, the title for the bachelor is Bachelor of Science, for the master is Master of Science. All the programs are taught in English. The bachelors are full-time 3-year long and grants 180 ECTS, while the master are 12 months long for 90 ECTS. The starting date is September 2025, and for the fee, we have a EU student fee of 11,800 euro per year, while for extra-EU students, we have 18,700 euro per year. But there is a strong scholarship program for extra-EU students. We are really looking to even increase our international community, so we created the Global Talent Grant. You can find more information on our website or writing at animation.college@hfarm.com. And this scholarship program is for all extra-European students based on the merit and that will be evaluated during the admission process. They will get a discount on the fee from 25% discount up to 90% of discount on the value of the tuition fee. The entry requirements are the high school diploma and B2 level English certification. For the courses in innovation and technology, there is also a short math assessment test that can be either done with some international tests such as SAT or with us. For the master, of course, there is still the B2 level English certification as a requirement and an undergraduate degree. As per the admission process, it's pretty easy. It's open from now to June 30, and it's made of two main steps. To complete the application online, you will need to provide some document, such as transcript or student record, the English certification if you have one, and other motivational documents. For the second step, there is a motivational interview, and after that, you can start with pre-enrollment, and if you need a visa, start your process to get the visa. That's it. Thank you so much to everyone. You can see our email address at the bottom, admission.college@hfarm.com, and you can download the brochure from the QR code on the slide. Thank you so much, Rich, for having us, and I will be here if there are any question on the chat.
Thank you very much, Cecilia. And so if anyone has any questions, please share in the chat. And now we have the next speaker is about studying medicine in Italy. So if you are interested in studying in medicine in Italy, then we have a speaker here who's going to introduce more about that. So hi, Chelsea.
Hi, I'm Chelsea. I'm a med student here in Italy, and I'm currently attending the second year at Sapienza University of Rome. So today I want to speak to you about what it's like to study medicine here in Italy. Wait, I'm gonna share my PowerPoint. So first things first, I actually want to talk about give you some general information on how medicine school is actually structured here in Italy. So you can either choose between an English course or an Italian course, and both of them needs you to pass an entrance exam called the IMAT for the English course, which stands for International Medical Admission Test, and Testi Medicina for the Italian course. Of course, in order to actually learn from them, you need at least a B2 level of these languages. So you need to prove that by a certificate. But as I wrote here, applicants who have attended a school with English language teaching for at least one school year will be automatically recognized as having a language certificate. So you just need to prove that. Medical schools are long 6 years. 2 to 3 years of these 6 years are actually focused on medical theory, which means that for a while it's gonna be books and PowerPoints. But there are some university that actually gives the students the opportunity to go into laboratories or even shadow them, so shadow the doctors in the hospitals. 3 to 4 years of these 6 years are not only based on theory, but also in the internship. So you can do some hours in the hospital alongside doctors which are gonna help you and who are gonna keep an eye on you and what you actually practice, and you are gonna to actually practice medicine. So let's talk about the application process. And here I listed a step-by-step process on how to actually apply for a medicine school here in Italy. First things first, you need to register to University. But before going deeper to the other steps, I have to tell you that maybe you need to have a rough idea on what university you actually want to apply to. That said, you need to take some time for yourself and do some research, not only on the medical programs that the university are gonna offer you, but also in the city that you are gonna spend the next 6 years of your life. So take into account also the cost of living, the accommodations, if you actually can afford that, and maybe even the culture of every city here in Italy. After that, after you've chosen the university, contact the university. You can find their contacts in their websites. And they are gonna ask you for different things. And in these things, they're gonna surely ask you for a pre-enrollment application. But if you're from a European Union country, or you're not from a Union European country, but you are legally residing in Italy, then you can skip this step. Then they're gonna ask you to apply for a student visa, to register to the admission test, pay the registration fee, which can vary from a university to other, and learn about the procedure of the admission test, check your ranking, and if you're actually in the rank and if your seat is assigned, then you can enroll and then request a permit of stay. So what are the requirements for actually applying to a medicine school here in Italy? First things first, you need 12 years of education that can be proved by a high school diploma or an equivalent. Then you need a proof of language proficiency, and of course, as I said before, you can just need, if you did just 1 year, school year completely taught in English, then you can just prove that. Or if you didn't do that, then you can have to pass the TOEFL or IELTS for an English course, and the CILS or CELI for the Italian one, and have at least a B2 level in the language. Then the third step is to have a good score at the entrance exam, and that means that you have to have a good score and not only an average score. That is because the medicine faculty is actually very competitive. So you need to do better than a lot of other candidates that wants to apply to your same course. So just do your best. Then, of course, a valid ID document, entry visa, and a residency permit. So the eligibility. Everyone in Italy is actually welcome to apply for a medicine program. You just need to have a high school diploma and that's it. There's not age limit, even minimum grade requirements. I know that there are countries and university that ask for a minimum GPA, and in Italy, there's no such thing. So, exam. There are actually 3 types of exam, of entrance exam here in Italy. There's the IMAT, which is the International Medical Admission Test for the course in English, the Test di Medicina for the Italian course, and then there are private universities which have their own set of rules for the exam. So they made their own exam, and for them, you have to contact the university because the rules that apply for the public university here, they don't apply. If you have more information about how the exam is actually made, so how, when, and where the exam should be taken, you can search for this PDF, which is called Bando. Every university have this file where they not only give you a detailed guide of the exam on how the exam is structured, but also they give you the information to apply for their university. So it's very important to search for it, but I personally cannot give you any detailed information on how the entrance exam would work this year, because every year the entrance exam, it's different. The modalities change every year, and that's for some time now. So please be updated and search on Google this bundle. Now let's talk about the financial part of the university here in Italy. So the tuition and application fees for medical schools here in Italy. So every university have their application fees. So if you want to enroll to a university, maybe there is one university is more expensive than another, and but the application fees are not that expensive as it can be the tuition. Tuition fees, in fact, can range drastically between being completely free and 20,000 euro a year. And that depends on different factors, such as if the institution is public or private, the annual familial income, the country of origin of the applicant, and finally, the student merit. But first things first, the tuition fees in medical schools are actually based on your familial annual income, and that is proved by a document called ISEE that can be obtained for international students, but is required for us Italian citizens. So this document takes into account every property that your household has and every income. So if you are in a lower income bracket, your fees can be reduced or even completely waived. So the fact is that every tuition is personal for every person based on their income. So what's the ideal student profile? So I know that the international students are used to countries where there is interviews, there's a minimum GPA, even they take into account even the extracurricular activities that every person have made to do a selection of the candidates. But here in Italy, there's no such thing. The only thing that is considered in the selection for the ideal student in medicine school is how good you go to the admission test. So you need to have a very pretty good score, because it's the only thing that it's taken into consideration. Of course, as I said before, the medicine faculty is very competitive because there are many candidates and the seats are very limited. So there is the possibility that you don't pass. But don't worry about it. If you really want to study in Italy, there's alternative courses such as biotechnology, biological sciences, pharmacy, chemistry, and drug technologies. But if you really want to study medicine, if you really want to become a doctor, then you can actually try for the admission tests as many times you want. And if you choose to do an alternative course for the first year, then the next year you can do, you can try again the medicine test, the admission test. And if you really pass the exam, then you can have your alternative course, the years that you have passed in the alternative course are not going to be wasted. That means because there are some exams in the alternative course that are actually in common with the medical school. So if you pass the admission test 1 year after, you can have this exam convalidated and you don't have to do once again. So there are also some universities that actually gives you the possibility to pass directly to the second year. So if you don't pass, if you pass 2 exams in the alternative course, you're gonna go to directly to the second year. Scholarships. So that's the last thing I want to talk about because it's very important. I know that for international students, maybe transferring to another country can be very expensive. But about the studies, you can know for sure that studying in Italy is very affordable. Not only because the tuition is actually based on your income, but also because Italy offers many scholarships, many grants and bursaries. Not only the university per se, but also the region and Italy in general. So Italy is divided into regions, and every region have this organization that helps students to actually study for their dreams, because as Italians, we think that study is a right that everyone should have. So every region have this organization that help people and students who wants to study in the university to actually be affordable. So for example, I live in Rome, so we have this organization called Disco Lazio, which Lazio is my region. And this organization offer me scholarships and free meals and also discounts in technology appliances. And if I didn't live here, then I could request even a free accommodation. So there are some residents for the students, and you can ask Disco Lazio, give a request, a formal request in their website, and they can actually offer a free accommodation if you are eligible for that. And that's pretty much it. And if you want to go to study here in Italy, you're very welcome, and good luck. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Chelsea, and that was a great introduction. And I think it's answered so many questions that students have about medicine, in studying medicine in Italy. And so if any student has any other questions, you can leave it in the Q&A and we'll check it. And yeah, there was a couple of questions that student had. One of them is about the internship or the practical experience, and what is that like on the program?
So the internship, so it's actually in the third, fourth, maybe more in the fourth year of medicine school. You start to do some hours in the hospital. You're gonna be alongside the doctors and guide, and actually they gonna ask you some things that you have to study before actually doing the internship. And you're gonna go to the OR, do some practical things such as give medicine to real patients. But the doctor's always gonna keep an eye on you because you're not actually a doctor still. What's the age limit? There's no age limit. You just need a high school diploma, and you're pretty much it. You can enter, you can do the entrance exam for the university.
I think quite a lot of students had questions about taking the test. Do you have any tips on how to prepare for that?
So I actually didn't pass my first entrance exam in medicine. I personally passed, so I decided to go to an alternative course, and I did pharmacy for 1 year. And that actually helped me a lot because all the subjects were based on the entrance exam subjects. So there was biology, there was chemistry, physics, and maths. And I studied for pharmacy. And as I studied for pharmacy, I was automatically studying for the exam, for the entrance exam too. That's actually helped me do an alternative course.
Yeah, that's great. And another question that students have is, do you have any advice on how to select the university? And because there's different choices and they have different quota of certain places that.
I mean, so first thing first, there are English courses and Italian courses, of course, but international students have actually their own sets of seats. They know their own number of seats that are different for Italian citizens. So look for the number of seats available in the university. Look for every university have their own sets of seats for international students. Of course, if the number is very high, that means that they actually have seats, but they are gonna be more competitive also. Don't only focus on the university by itself, because every university, I think it's in Italy, it's pretty much good for medicine programs. But focus even more in the city you're gonna live in, because I think I have some international students in my course too, and they said that the first thing that they look into is the city they're gonna live in, because there are cities here in Italy that are not very much open with people of different countries. So that's pretty much the only thing that I think you need to consider it, because every university is very good.
And we have another question, which is, yeah, I think that's been really helpful. So do you have any tips? Because we have many students who are interested in studying in Italy. Do you have any tips or any advice about why they should choose Italy to study?
So Italy, I live in Italy my whole life. I was born here. My parents are from a different country, are Asian, but I consider Italy as my home, and it's not only the school considered as a right for everyone to go into. So they actually made this organization to make everyone feel welcome and have the study affordable. But I love Italy also because after university, after being stressed for studies, you can just go around, hang out around with your friends, and look for this history that is behind every country, every city here in Italy. Like Rome, I live in Rome, so it's pretty much very historic. There are some historic places, and I just pretty much love it, because after a day of stress in the university, I just need to be relaxed, and I just have to hang around here, and it's pretty much it.
Okay, thank you. And then there's actually another question, which is, well, after you graduate from the medical program, what's it like, the career opportunities in Italy for international students, or do you have any thoughts about how to choose the career after graduating? Choose a specialty?
So for the specialty, I'm pretty much far to graduate now. I'm in the second year, but I think these 6 years are gonna help you actually find your path, because when you do the internship, you're gonna do every reward. So you're gonna do cardiology, you're gonna do anesthesiology. Like in the field, you're gonna actually know what is right for you. You're gonna do surgery, you're gonna do pediatrics, and you're gonna actually be affected also with the patients you're gonna encounter during your 6 years here. So let's just live by the moment and see what actually is gonna be right for you. Then after you graduate, you're gonna do an exam again for places, for hospitals here in Italy, and after that is gonna actually start your own job, because they're gonna pay you, of course, while you study in these words. And I think that's it. You're gonna find your path during these 6 years, I promise you.
Great, thank you very much, Chelsea, for introducing that. And now we move on to the next part, which is, yeah, if anyone else has any questions, you can leave it in the Q&A. If it hasn't been answered in this session today, we will send to you by email later an article which has any other questions that you have, and some links to the universities that have joined today. And you can also watch on our YouTube channel the recording of it if you missed anything that you want to check. So now we introduce a bit more about global admissions and our platform. So we're a leading online platform for students to apply to universities all over the world, because it's very difficult for students to find information about courses in all these different countries. And we have easy to use online platform that you can search programs and you can learn more information about them, and then you can apply. We also have an AI chat support called Leonardo da Vinci, who can help to answer all of your questions. And you can also book a call with us, or you can send us email as well if you have any questions about it. So we have over 180,000 registered students on our platform. We have over 1 million students who are searching our platform every year, and we've partnered with over 1,800 universities all over the world, and we have over 80,000 programs that you can choose on the platform. So why should you use Global Admissions? You can use us to apply to university. So we have a free service, and you can also upgrade to, if you like any other different services. We have an easy online application system, and we're rated highly by lots of students that we've helped, and we have high quality award-winning support from our team. So how does it work? You can search for the information about the programs. All of these steps are automated on the platform. Then you can look through the list of documents that are needed, then you can submit. And if an interview is necessary, then there's interview. If it's not, then it's not necessary. And then go forward to enrollment. Because a lot of this can seem quite daunting as a student, especially if you're looking at another country. So we're here to make it simple for you with support. So you can use the platform, apply online. Universities may have different application fees, and then enroll. There are a few other steps in the center of that, such as preparing for your admissions notice, and then creating the university account and all these kind of things as well for Italy. And so yeah, this is our Leonardo da Vinci AI chat support. So you can also check there, and we'll send you an email to this. So we've helped many students all over the world, and we have some really cool stories about students whose lives have been changed. They've moved to a new country, they've got married, they've found career opportunities, they've built businesses, and we have some amazing stories. So yeah, we're really happy to help many students study abroad. And we have lots of articles that we're creating on our platform that you can search and read through with helpful information about studying in different countries. I know a lot of you are asking about scholarships as well, so we also have lots of scholarships information as well that you can check out, and study guides on different countries. And if you have other questions that are not there, you can also ask, and we're going to keep creating high quality content. And you can also check out our YouTube channel, so subscribe and check out some helpful videos there, and you can also see this open day on the channel. So yeah, these are some platforms and links, and we'll send you guys an email later with a summary of the event and helpful links. So thank you very, very much everyone for joining, and we hope that was a helpful event for you, and we will send you an email later. And thank you very much for joining. Cheers, bye-bye.